end in here. And now if I flip it around the other way, you can see that these ones here are all done as well. So I'm happy with that. So now all I need to do is put it back together and let's see if it works. My third-party batteries arrived. You can see the port there is pushing it up about 1 millimeter, so it did need to lie more flat on the board. Not sure what to do there. Maybe you had to bend the pin slightly yourself, or maybe if I did it with a heat gun, maybe I would have noticed that there was little holes. But anyway, it's okay. It's only about 1 millimeter out. It appears to be charging. I haven't tried this battery yet, but I'm not bothered about 1 millimeter there when there's just bashes and scrapes and the screens are awful anyway. So really, this was one that was probably not economical to repair. But saying that, it's still nice that it's working again. So I've tried all the features and they do appear to be okay. So I was playing a bit of Mario Kart 7. And what's nice is you haven't got to pay for any online play. So if I open up there, you will see it will come to life. 3D's working as well, if that's your thing. You can see. Hopefully you can see that. Right, let's plug it in and see if we have any. See if it starts charging. So you can see the light at the moment isn't charging. So plug it in at the back. Yay, and now it's charging. Let's give it a wiggle. Yeah, that's fine. So I'm happy with that. Right, okay, so let me show you a bit of gameplay. So with the 3DS games, sorry, the DS games work and also the 3DS games as well. So watch this. You can see there, brain training. And let's do a little bit of Mario Kart 7 and also volume works as well. Actually, before I show you the game, I didn't show you the camera. So it's quite clever here, so you can actually calibrate the 3D part of it. So if you have a look here, you can see the camera's taken a picture of that, and if I take a picture, and now I can make adjustments to that. So watch this now. Can you see I can move it around up and down, and I can also move it right and left to get it to line up perfectly. So it's quite clever. Now you can see it's all lined up. Right, now let's show you a little bit of Mario Kart. Right, so now if you look closely at the top screen, you can still see a load of shadows around here. And when it goes to a white screen, it really is awful. So it's fine. There you go. Can you see there's just marks absolutely everywhere? So it's all right when you're playing. So do you know what? It's fully playable, but it's so far from perfect. And if you have a look, that's with the 3D on and 3D off. That's all working. Right, okay, let's show you this. So as far as gameplay and stuff goes, it's working perfectly. So you can see drifting around corners there. And I'll show you a power up now. So, break through the banana skin. There we have it, volume as well. And home. So there we have it. What a fun little fix. Lots wrong with it, but fixable. Fixable, but took a huge amount of time to do it. But I think it's a good little system. How much did I spend on it? So I spent the £20 on this and £10 on parts, so £30 in total. And do you know what? Although it is a complete and utter mess, I think it probably is worth that £30. I had a look on eBay and some of them seem to go for around £70 upwards. So they're still quite expensive, even though they're getting old now. Oh, by the way, the SD card works as well in there. So yeah, I'm happy with it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Massive thanks to all my Patreons and my mate Vince. Massive thanks to everybody that watches these videos. Yeah, take care. Hope you have a good day. Bye now.
I didn't believe the things
Hi there, my name's Vince from mymatevince.com, and in this video today we're going to be setting up the Nintendo Switch console. So this one here has never even been turned on, so this is going to be a complete setup from the beginning, how to connect it up to the TV, what the different items do, whether you need to have a Nintendo account, etc. Now, this video is intended for beginners, so those that may not have had a console in the last, for example, 10 years, or those that have never had a console before, or perhaps you're a parent setting up for your child, and the last games console you had might be a Spectrum or a Commodore from when you were a child. So it is going to be very basic, but hopefully it will be of help to you. So we're going to be doing the Nintendo Switch, showing a couple of games, and how to set up the Pro Controller, which you can buy separately. You don't have to get this, but a lot of people like it because they think it's more comfortable than using the Joy-Cons in the Joy Grip. But you will see it all working in the video. So first things first, let's get it unpacked and see what you get in the box. Right, so to begin with, we have our actual Switch itself, and two Joy-Cons. Now, your Joy-Cons might be red and blue, like these ones here, or you can go for the option of just the grey ones. So we've got one right one and one left one. Basically, you can use them independently, or you can put them into the Joy Grip and use them together. Remember that there's a plus on one and a minus on another. This is important when you're putting on the little grips on the top, because if you put them on the wrong way, they can be awkward to remove. And then in the bottom of the box, we have one HDMI lead for connecting up to the TV. So when you connect the dock onto the TV, so you can play, obviously you can play the Switch in handheld mode, or you can dock it into the dock and then you can play it on the TV on the bigger screen. We have one power adapter. Here we have the Joy-Con grip where you slide the Joy-Cons into, so you can use this as your controller. And we've got this little Joy-Con straps that fit onto the top of the Joy-Cons. Get two of them, one for each Joy-Con, and here is the dock. This is the dock here that you place the Switch tablet into, and then that will enable you to be able to watch it on the TV. So that's it, that's the box empty. Now this is a UK version, so the power adapter will look a little bit strange to some of you from other countries, but obviously you're going to get the power adapter that you need for your particular country. Okay, so first things first, I'm actually going to set it up so we can dock it and use it on the actual TV. But you can set it up by just using the tablet itself. So if we have a look at the back of the dock, so this is the front, this is the back, you can open this bit up by hinging it down. And if you have a look closely there, we have three ports. The top port is for AC adapter to plug the power adapter into. The middle one is a USB if you wanted to plug a USB into there, but you don't have to. And the last one is HDMI out, so you can be plugging in your HDMI cable from there into the TV. If you look at the side, you've got two more USBs. Now the USB port here is a USB 3 port, that's why it's blue in colour, and these two are USB 2s. So if, for example, you wanted to charge up your Pro Controller, if you were going to get one, then you can just plug it in to the USBs at the side. But you don't have to. Chances are none of these USBs are going to be in use unless you have the Pro Controller. Or unless you were to get, for example, an Ethernet adapter, if you wanted to plug this into an Ethernet thing, because at the moment this is working on Wi-Fi, but you might find that you struggle with the Wi-Fi in your house, so you might want to connect up an Ethernet adapter instead. Right, okay, let's get on with the setup. So what we're going to do is, we're going to get our power AC adapter. And we're going to plug it in to the port in the back. Now, this is a USB-C adapter, so it can go in either way round. You won't damage it. It's designed to be reversible, so you can plug it in either way. It doesn't make a difference. Now, to bring your cables out, that's up to you. You can bring it out the side here, like so, or they can come out this way here, whatever you find neatest. We also need to connect up the HDMI lead, which is this lead here. Now with these, they are not reversible. They have to go in a certain way. So don't force anything. If you have a look closely, you will see that it is shaped. So we've got a slight bevel at the top. And if you have a look at the lead, you can see that one end is flat. And again, you've got the bevel there. So you have to put it in the correct way. So what you do is you put the flat end towards here. So the flat end there goes towards here. And that just pushes in there like so, and you push it in all the way. So basically that's the back bit done, and we'll just close the little hinge bit, and like I said before, it's up to you which way you put the cables. Right, so that's that part done, and now all we need to do is plug it in to a power supply. So we're going to plug the AC adapter in, and what we have to do is we have to plug this into an HDMI into the actual TV or monitor, depending on what you're using. So if we have a look at the back of this, this is a monitor, but it's a monitor with speakers. Basically, very similar to a TV. Right, if we have a look at the back of this monitor, you can see that I've got an HDMI in here, so that's the one I'm going to be using. Again, make a note of how it's shaped, so we've got the flat bit up the top, and then get your HDMI cable that comes from your switch, and again, put the flat bit up the top. So it won't go in the wrong way round. It doesn't allow you to because it's not shaped that way. So plug it in like so. Now we need to plug in the TV or the monitor. Right, so that is actually the cables done. So we just have two cables out. It's really simple. One cable gives it power, and then the other cable connects up to your TV or your monitor, whatever you're using. That's all we need to do as far as that's concerned. Right now, so let's actually turn the switch on and see what happens. Now, if you have a look up the top of the switch, you can see that there's a power on and off button and also a volume up and down, and that's all that we need to worry about. The only other thing you see is there's a little USB port here, so what you can do is you can actually charge it on the go. If you're bringing this away with you, you can just unplug the charger from your dock like so, and then that charger can plug straight into the bottom of the switch. And again, it doesn't matter which way round it goes, it's reversible. So when you plug it in, it will go in either way, and then that will start charging up the actual switch itself. Right, okay, so I'm just going to unplug that. Right, so we've just turned it on. I didn't actually turn it on, it was by me plugging it in, it's turned itself on. It's asking me to connect up the Joy-Con controllers. So let me just plug this back into the dock. Right, so we get our two Joy-Con controllers. Now, it won't let you put them in the wrong way round. If you have a look, if I try to put that in the wrong way, can you see it's not letting me put them in because it's not letting them go all the way down. Can you see there? So basically, this one here, so obviously don't copy this one. Now yours will be different, or you might have changed it in the past as well, or another family member might have changed it to something more memorable than just the one that came with the actual router. So basically, if I'm having a look down here, you can move up or down to whatever your network is. So for example, now my network on this particular one, I've named it as Mr. Telephone, so I've changed the SSID as well. So not just a password, I've also changed the name so it's more recognisable. But if you have a look at the others, you can see here BT Hub, so that's like a similar one to this one here. Now the rest of these would not be, they're not from my house, they're from neighbours' houses. So you need to make sure this is quite small. So once you start to build up digital games, it doesn't matter if you're putting in little cartridges like that. But if you're actually buying games from the Nintendo eShop, then it's going to be done via digital, so it's going to get stored on the Switch. So you can get yourself a little micro SD card, and you can just slot it up there, and then you can choose to save the games to the SD card.